Every time I read the name of one of our boys who lost his life, I have great admiration for them. They defend our progressive ideas that will free our country from religious superstitions.
Well, now they're called faith-based movies, but Hollywood has a long history of turning out religious pictures with the idea of inspiring the power of prayer and miracles, and has basically been selling this to audiences since movies began, no question about it. From the early silence, even the Passion of Jeanne d'Arc that had those elements, but particularly in the religious vein. One such movie came out in 1952 from Warner Brothers, and it was called The Miracle of Our Lady of Fatima. And this is the original program, folks, yeah, from that movie. But now that story is being told again in the new film Fatima. Comes from director Marco Pontecorvo, and if you know that name, you know his father. He did a classic film called The Battle of Algiers in 1966, and certainly the talent has been passed on to his son, because this movie is very well made and simple. It tells its story in a simple way, not a lot of flash, but the heart and soul of it is definitely there.
It is a sin making lies up.
It's true, Mama. She was as real as you are.
Why would the Mother of God choose you? What's so special about you?
It's set in 1917 during World War I, and it's set in a parish in Fatima, Portugal there. A 10-year-old girl and her two younger cousins have an apparition. They witness the Virgin Mary, or so they say. The Virgin Mary is coming with a message for 6 months, once each month. One time a month, same place, same time, she will again appear before them and give this message that prayer is the only way to end the hardship and the suffering and all that goes with World War I. Now, this is sparked earlier in the film here when the 10-year-old girl named Lucia here, and she's nicely played by Stephanie Gill. You may remember her from the most recent Terminator movie, Dark Fate. She sees an angel, a vision of an angel that comes to her, and then through that she has a vision of her older brother Manuel, here played by Wal Arias, and he is a soldier during World War I and injured terribly here. She sees this thing and it so concerns her. That eventually leads to the two cousins coming along, Jacinta, played by Alejandra Howard, and Francisco, played by Jorge Lamelas, and they join Lucia, and that is where the Virgin Mary, the apparition, comes to them. The Virgin Mary here played by Joanna Ribeiro. This causes many problems in the town, not only with the government here, but also the higher-ups at the Catholic Church, and also the kids, Lucia's mother, who actually you might think is kind of cruel here and not believing her story and the cousin's story here. You also have the mayor here, who is forced really through political circumstances. He's played, by the way, by Goran Viznish. He really goes to the point of trying to imprison the kids, to force a confession that they were just lying about all of this, trying to put them in prison. Eventually, though, they get out of there, and their story takes basically what is known today as word of mouth. The word spreads that the vision, the apparition of the Virgin Mary has appeared in this town in Fatima, and will be appearing one more time at the end of this 6-month period, and then it sets all the pilgrims on their journey to this town to see if it's true. To make this more viable for contemporary audiences, there is a kind of story device here where it's taking place in contemporary times, where Lucia, that 10-year-old girl, is now 70 years older than that, an 80-year-old aging nun here, still in Portugal, where all this takes place. Sonia Braga, the wonderful Brazilian star, plays the older Lucia. She is visited by a cynic, someone that doesn't quite believe all of this and wants to get to the bottom of it. He's an author here. None other than Harvey Keitel is here playing Professor Nichols, the author, and he wants to know, in talking to one of the real witnesses of this, what really happened.
If someone were to say to you why what happened all those years ago had to have happened to you, how would you respond?
Because it was necessary.
And do you have any regrets?
I haven't done enough to please my mother.
Which mother?
a movie about prayer, a movie about belief, and a movie about miracles. A new movie about Fatima, and one well worth your while if you want to believe. I say, watch.